Silent Hill, TDS, what's up? Yeah, come on. I.O.W, Sports Network, Late Night Edition. Let's go. Come on.
We about to raise the bar. Wild card mark. Everybody grab a seat, cause you know we about to spark. Late night sports talk. Modelo Le Cigar. Man, you don't wanna start. Wild card mark. We about to raise the bar. Wild card mark. Everybody grab a seat, cause you know we about to spark. Late night sports talk. Modelo Le Cigar. Man, you don't wanna start. Wild card mark. Hey. L Boogie with the hot flame, ashtray full of top names, little tree for your membrane. This the night hour time frame. I just snatched up a 6-pack, got my hands on a lid pack, whipping up a little batch of snacks. Yeah, man, I think I'm all set. Late night, can't sleep. Go ahead and just tap in. Better grab you a cold one, and we about to get some laughs in. Wild card on the microphone, he'll hit you with a couple flurries. Y'all need to just strap in for some entertainment sports commentary. We about to raise the bar. Wild card bar. Everybody grab a seat, cause you know we about to spark. Late night sports talk. Modelo Le Cigar. Man, you don't wanna start. Wild card bar. We about to raise the bar. Wild card bar. Everybody grab a seat, cause you know we about to spark. Late night sports talk. Modelo Le Cigar. Man, you don't wanna start. Wild card bar. Hey. Wild card bar. Wild card bar. I.O.W. Late night sports. Wild card bar. Wild card bar. I.O.W. Late night sports. Wild card bar. Wild card bar. I.O.W. Late night sports. Wild card bar. Wild card bar. I.O.W. Late night sports. Hey.
Give me a second, let me light up real quick. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, people of all ages, welcome to the I.O.W. Sports Late Night Hour Edition, hosted by Mr. Modelo himself. You already know the name by now. You know what I'm saying? Wild Card Mar. You already know the vibe. Pull up, let's go.
We about to raise the bar. Wild card bar.
So what's up? Hey, I'm feeling good. I'm feeling great. I hope you're feeling great and feeling good too, because it's your boy Wildcard Mar here with another episode of the I.O.W. Sports Late Night Hour Edition. It's episode 396, and I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good because I'm alive and I get to talk sports with y'all, and can't get no better than that. Well, it can get better than that, but this is a family show. Well, what the hell I'm talking about? This is a late night house show. We get wild in this joint, but I know what the deal is. I always got to give a shout out to my guy, Silent Hill TDS, my partner, my brother from another mother, 40 Water. I call him 40 Water. Y'all can't call him that. That's my partner. Y'all call him Silent Hill TDS. Look at the bottom of your screen. Check him out on Hitchhikers, YouTube. Show my guy some love. Independent artist doing his thing out of there at Charlotte, North Carolina. I like it. My brother from another mother. I'm telling you, he's dope. Show him some love. But of course, while you over there showing him some love on his YouTube page, Hitchhikers, give us some love on our page, I.O.W. Sports Network, Facebook, Instagram, and most importantly, the YouTube channel. Like, share, subscribe, hit that bell notification. Let you know every time we drop new content, whether it's a reel, a short, a little mini series, a live show, whatever. That's why you got to hit that bell notification and let you know every time we drop new content. I.O.W. Sports 1 on the Twitter. You want to chop it up with me personally on the Twitter, KC Wildcard Mar, or catch me on the Instagram, on the Facebook, Wildcard Mar. And hey, if you're checking out our content on YouTube, make sure you check out the Bottom Line Sports. And make sure you check out All in Buds Sports and Entertainment. Because it was so nice that we got to do it twice. Coming back again, my main man, the Sports Professor, ooh, baby, Omar. What up, baby?
Yo, what up, friends?
Hey, it was so nice. Got to do it twice.
You know what? It's so nice. I'm gonna give it a Ric Flair. Woo! That's what I'm giving it because my friend, thank you for having me back. We had so much fun. We had to give the fans what they were all asking for. The second remix version to this. So I am super happy to be back. By the way, real quick, I've always wanted to say this every time I come on. Shout out to your man, Silent Hill TDS, who be wrecking the intro because every time I come on, I'm just banging out. I might be in bed, laying down late night trying to fall asleep. I hear the intro. I wake up. I'm like, wow, call Ma. Better step back. Wow, call Ma. I'm like, yo, let's go, baby. So shout out.
Hey, nah, for real. That's my boy, man. That's like a brother, man. He blessed me with that joint. I was like, yo. And hey, because it's all love, because we've always been supportive of each other's endeavors, and that's just kind of what it is. So he blessed me with it, and man, I'm gonna keep that joint. I'll probably never change that intro now that he gave it to me. I never change it now. So I would. But yeah, man. For those who don't know, that's a bang. Me and O was having a conversation off air, and I was kind of giving them the backstory on why I do late night shows. And there's an advantage to doing late night shows. So, am I going to catch some of the East Coast people? I'm gonna catch the late night East Coast people. I'm gonna catch the little kind of late night people in the Central Time. I'm in the Central Time, so I'm gonna catch people right here at 11 o'clock at night. But I'm gonna catch the West Coasters. It's still 9 o'clock over there. All right. But here's the benefit. Here's the benefit of having late night shows. There's going to be some news that's going to drop between 11 Eastern to probably like 1 Eastern in the morning. And there's some news that always drops. And it's so apropos that me and O was talking baseball last night, and lo and behold, some news jumped off today. And you know what? I'm not even gonna say it. I'm gonna let O do it because there's some MLB transactions that are going down, and news is flying of players moving. Hey, O man, the floor is yours. What's going on in this MLB world, my dog?
Woo. So if you have not been paying attention in the last 30 minutes, there was some huge news that was dropped. I know last night we spoke about Ohtani, and yes, we will get into that again tonight here in a second, but we have to talk about Juan Soto, a 24-year-old baseball prodigy. Yeah, he's still 24 years old and been in the league 6 years. So he ain't even hit his prime yet.
That's wild.
And he was just traded to where? The 27-time champion New York Yankees.
Wow.
27. So he was traded with Trent Grisham for a package of prospects, the best being their number 5 prospect, Drew Thorpe, and also Michael King, and also Kyle Hishitaka, who is their defensive catcher last year. But you know what? It doesn't matter because none of those prospects will ever equal up to what Juan Soto is, what Juan Soto has been, what Juan Soto will be. I am wearing my Puerto Rican cap. I know he's Dominican, but it don't matter. We represent him for all Latinos right now. Yeah. We represent him, baby. You know what I'm saying?
All Latinos. You
know what I'm saying? Juan Soto is an amazing baseball player. There's no two ways about it. The Padres had to cut salary. They traded for him and Josh Hader last summer trying to win the championship. Unfortunately, they were unable to do that. That being said, they had just signed Manny Machado to an 11-year, $350 million contract beforehand. They had just signed Fernando Tatis. They had just signed Yu Darvish to 6 years, $150 million. So they were in much need of cutting payroll, and they knew that they would not be in the running for Soto when he hits free agency after this season. So they decided to do the best thing they could do, trade him away for the best package of prospects they were going to get. Is it the best prospects? No. Is it the best package they could have gotten? Yes. But again, none of those prospects, not even if the three best turn out to be as good as they're going to be, will never, ever equal what Juan Soto has already been.
Facts. And man, I'm looking at this trade, and not to mention, Padres signed Xander Bogaerts last year, off season 2. So when you're talking about they needed to clear some cap space, boy, did they need to clear some cap space. They had contracts on top of contracts where they're paying top dollars for at least half their roster that was on the field last year. And you look at that, and then you look at the success that didn't happen with the Padres. And at some point you might have to cut bait, and it is what it is. I think it's smart to go ahead and move Soto for the Padres, is because he's the only one that wasn't under contract for the foreseeable future. And if you were going to try to get him under contract, you was going to give up big coins. I mean, we can't forget this guy turned down almost half a billion dollars from the Nationals. So you talking about a guy that's going to ask for 500 million at least on an 8 to 10 year deal. So, hey, smart move for the Padres for sure. But let me ask you this: why did it not work in the Padres? I mean, you just kind of listed off all the names that they really the big name guys that they brought over and paid them, but couldn't even make the playoffs. Like talk to us, man. What happened?
Yeah, they like you said, went all out just like my Mets last year, and both of them were horrible disappointments in pretty much the same exact fashion. The teams that had played so well in 2022 were not able to replicate those seasons. And in terms of that for the Padres, because it's different for both the Padres and the Mets, the Padres had bullpen issues all season long, which contributed to them going out and getting Josh Hader midseason. Also, their late inning clutch hitting, as well as their left-handed batting, needed power, which is why they went out and got Soto, which is also will lead me into in a second, because we'll talk about why the Yankees did it. It just didn't work out because the reinforcements were too late, and I believe the reinforcements were not able to integrate properly into the team in order to. Now I know they traded for Soto a little earlier in the year. It wasn't like when they got Hader midseason, but the team just wasn't able to integrate properly into the team that needed to make the playoffs, and they stunk just like the Mets. They stunk just like the Angels, and they just could not get out of their own way. And again, aside from, bullpen issues, power hitting issues, I mean, I think also a big thing that had to do with the Padres was also the pitch clock. I think that a lot of their pitchers couldn't actually, get adjusted to the pitch clock early in the season, which kind of led to some other issues in the team. So,
Damn. I knew the pitch clock thing was going to be a situation that a lot of people were going to have to get used to. I mean, you've been pitching a certain way for so many years, and then that was something that was new. And I knew it was going to be an adjustment for some people, but I didn't think that some people that it'd take them that long to get accustomed to. Italy Jet, what's up, my brother? That's my guy, Italy Jet. Gino, what's up with you, man? He says props on the move. Totally understand why the Yankees Soto, but Soto striked out a lot last year, and Judge and Stanton always hurt, and Verdugo has an attitude problem. Thoughts? Not trying to be a dick. As we said, the advantages of it for the Padres, gives them cap relief. You get prospects back that you don't have to absorb a big, huge contract for them as if you were for Soto. So I want you to talk about it from the Yankees' perspective on this, in their part of this transaction of actually acquiring Juan Soto, and who else did they acquire in this deal as well?
Grisham. I think Trent Grisham.
Yeah, Grisham.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean,
go ahead, speak on it on the Yankees out of this.
Yeah, shout out to Italy Jet, Italian Jet. What am I about to do? Italia? What am I doing right now? Italy Jet. Stanton has had a horrible year last year, and he hasn't hit over 250 in the past 2 years, and his defense has regressed. He had a negative .1 WAR, which is for anyone that doesn't know, wins above replacement, which means he was less than a replacement average player.
Yep.
They have to get up out of his contract ASAP. Now, they just traded for Verdugo. Verdugo and Grisham are quite similar players. So I'm thinking that they're also going to try to get out of that Grisham contract and move him to someone else. Then that leaves you with a Judge, Verdugo, Soto outfield, which is a good outfield. But there are, and the reason why they did this, and the reason that, people maybe wonder, okay, why have they gone and got 2 left-handed batters all of a sudden? Well, because Brian Cashman over the past few years has gone right-handed heavy in the lineup, including Judge, Stanton, and it has led to a 241 average over the past 2 years as a team. And so the right-handed hitters were not getting it done. Brian Cashman, he's got a lot of cachet from the championships he's won, but he's on let's just say he's on the hot seat, right? He's about this far from the Steinbrenners kicking his ass out. So he needed to make a move, and he needed to get left-handed batters, hence the trade for Verdugo. And now that trade for Soto, you get a really power left-handed bat to go back-to-back with Judge in that lineup. I mean, you put him in that stadium, Yankee Stadium, with that right field porch. He already hits 25, 35 home runs in pitcher parks. But you take him to that bandbox, he's looking at 45 home runs. And think about this, man. I saw a stat earlier today. He is only the sixth player, sixth player, before his 24 age season to have all seasons of 400 OPS, which means he's on offensive percentage of slugging is over 400, which is great, right? Only done other than by Mickey Mantle, Ty Cobb, Joe DiMaggio, and other Yankee greats. So, he is just an amazing, amazing player.
Yeah. I'm glad you brought that up about that porch in right field. Because when you look at that short porch in right field, and you get those left-handed batters licking their chops, Juan Soto might mess around and have 50 home runs this year. Yep.
That is correct. Yep.
I'm exaggerating, but let's not act like that is not possible. You know what I'm saying? It's 162 games, half of them at the house. So he's going to maximize as much as he can at Yankee Stadium. So what that his stats away from home may not be as good as it will be in Yankee Stadium. That's not what they brought him over there for. They brought him over there to make sure, hey, let's keep these bats moving, keep the ball flying out of the damn ballpark. I agree with you about the Stanton contract. You got to get the hell up out of that contract. You got to get the hell up out of that contract. The only problem is nobody's taking on that contract. Not even a fool would be a literally full contract, man. So that's the only problem. Let me ask you about that. Is there any way to even convince Stanton to restructure that thing? Would he even be willing to even consider that?
If I were him,
I can't see.
If I were him, I would say, hey, I'm on the what is considered. I hate to say this because I hate the Yankees with a passion, but they do have 27 championships. I'm a Mets fan. I hate them with a passion, but the greatest baseball franchise of all time, right? You were with the Marlins before, and you were getting paid less money, and you were playing better. So what? Do you need to go somewhere where the spotlight isn't? Is that the problem? Because Judge should be taking all the attention, so you shouldn't really need to worry about that. If I'm him, I go to the Yankees and restructure immediately because I want to stay on that team that has aspirations for world championships instead of getting traded to Pittsburgh and spending the rest of my time doing nothing and not having a Hall of Fame career where you still, if you can turn it around, may have a chance if you can hit 500 home runs to have a Hall of Fame career. And if you're out there with a lineup of Soto, Judge, and Stanton, and you got those three monsters back to back. If Stanton can get back to form, that is something I would never want to see as any pitcher in the whole wide world. I do have to correct myself on one thing earlier. When I said the 400 OPS, what I meant was
Rizzo.
My bad. Go ahead.
No. I was going to ask you, Rizzo's still in that lineup, right?
Yeah, he's still there. But I mean, okay.
Anthony Rizzo's still in that lineup. Right? Oh,
he's decent. He's decent. You know what I'm saying? But I'm talking about monster talent. I'm talking about monster. They're gonna have to fill out their lineup. Somehow, right?
Gotcha.
I mean, the Yankees don't care to go over the luxury tax, and if they do sign Hibu Yamamoto, the pitcher out of Japan, who are favorites to sign with him, he wants a $300 contract. So now you're looking at, right? I mean, they're going to go over that Steve Cohen newly implemented $297 million luxury tax. So,
yeah. I just think the Yankees just set themselves up to just be, and just not saying that they're going to buy a championship. Obviously, you can't buy a championship. You still got to show up and play through a 162 game schedule. But damn it, they made it. It made the road a lot more easier for them. But with this big trade going down, obviously, at one point in time, when the hell are we going to hear Shohei Ohtani's name get signed, man? I mean, I know we kind of touched on it last night, but usually in sports, when you see a big trade like this or big names start getting moved, that's one of the dominoes that kind of falls. Talk to us, I mean, what are you hearing out there that at some point in time that Shohei is going to do something?
Yeah, and before we get to Shohei, I just want to address your last comment and Italy Jets comment. They don't have pitching, and that's what they're going to need to get now. The Yankees is because they've depleted their farm system pitching, and so now they're going to have to hope they get Yamamoto or other pitchers to combine with Garrett Cole, or else that's going to be an issue going forward. That being said, to answer your question about Ohtani, as we talked about yesterday, super secretive, right? There have been some drama going on in the last 24 hours since we talked. Yeah. So the Blue Jays decided to keep everything on the hush hush, right? He went and visited their complex in Dunedin, Florida. He went and toured the facilities. He has a good feeling with the Blue Jays. They also said, we have our priorities when asked, and that's all they said. Now, let's look at the West Coast and the Dodgers, who he also visited. Unfortunately, and we'll get to this in a second. Unfortunately, let me set the drama up first. Let me not bury the lead. Dave Roberts decided when asked to say, oh, yeah, we met with Ohtani. It was great. He's a priority of ours. The GM comes down and asks, hey, so what is this about y'all meeting with Ohtani? We have our priorities. No comment. So whether the GM of the Dodgers is upset with Roberts for spilling the beans, so to say, whether that will affect the actual recruitment of Ohtani, only Ohtani knows. But we know one thing about him is he likes his privacy. And he also, and this is a known portion of all Asian culture, is they stand by their word. And they are very big into having, their word is their bond sort of thing. And so when Ohtani says something and does something, he's going to stick to that. And when he asks you to keep your mouth shut, and then you go around blabbing your mouth that you've been meeting with people, well, Dave Roberts, you better hope and pray. You better go home tonight, get on your knees and pray that does not bite you in the ass, because a comment like that could send him to Toronto.
Just like that. Just being as Italy Jet says, the Japanese players are very private, and yeah, they take that as disrespect. Yeah, that's a great point. Hey, imagine trying to keep your job after you just cost Shohei Ohtani.
Oh my! Get out right now.
Think about it, bro.
They're gonna pack his stuff for him. Dave Roberts' box gonna be at the front Dodgers head. Sir, see your way out and don't ever see your way back.
Hey, I'm serious, man. Hey, you cost the Dodgers a chance to sign Shohei Ohtani just because you couldn't keep your mouth shut. I don't know about you. That's a fireable offense. Just saying. Just saying.
He gone.
Just saying. Yo, he gone. He gone. Those not the only transactions. A couple of transactions that's been going on. The Diamondbacks signed Eduardo Rodriguez. How big of a deal is that?
Yeah, I mean that he's been big for them, in the past. And Eduardo Rodriguez signed, I believe, it was 4 years, $80 million. Right-handed pitcher, top of the market right now. I mean, not top of the market. Let me take that back. Let me back up my words. Obviously, top of the market would be Yamamoto, Blake Snell, other pitchers like that. We already saw Aaron Nola got signed, but he is that next level. He is that second level pitcher that you need. He's a second, third starter that is perfect. That perfect second, third starter that you need when you get to the playoffs, right? He's going to, and I apologize, he's with the Cardinals. My apologies. But anyways, he's that exact second, third starter that you need when you get to the playoffs. He is playoff experience and he's durable. He has had some injury questions in the past few years, but in the past, he's usually been a person in his early part that was able to, stay healthy. So as long as he can not get injured, then he'll be a big pickup for that team. I think the Diamondbacks had a really good team last year. The problem is that's very hard to do, to repeat with a team constructed as the Diamondbacks were. That's like not the Rays. That's like how the Marlins did, where they built things up for a World Series run, but they're not a big market team. So can they keep that payroll up? Do they have Tommy Pham to come back? Do they sign their bullpen, arms to come back? So a lot of questions still to be said about Diamondbacks.
Yeah, that sounds very oddly familiar of my Kansas City Royals, built up from the farm system, small market team, couldn't afford everybody, and we were lucky to go to 2 World Series, win one of them. So that's as good as it gets. I mean, it happens like that when you're a small market team. You got to capitalize on what you can when you got it. It's almost like hitting lightning in a bottle. You might make a certain trade here or there, give up a couple of prospects to bring in proven players immediately to help you, but you're not going to be able to keep everybody. So you got to capitalize, catch that lightning in a bottle, and hope that you at least walk away with 1 World Series, let alone multiple. So, I mean, it'd be like that. It be like that. So, Craig Kimbrell goes to the Baltimore Orioles. Obviously, helps out their bullpen. Is that a good sign for them?
Baltimore was one of the surprise teams last year. Obviously, they went from 100 so losses to 108 wins. And unfortunately, they had a huge injury last year. Felix Bautista, their huge closer, got injured in August and was not able to go into the playoffs with them. And I believe that hurt them a lot in the playoffs. Now, also, their offense went cold when needed to. Also, the short game series, everything else you can say about the MLB playoffs and the complaints that people have about it. That being said, Felix Bautista probably is not going to be back. I don't actually know his estimated time of return, but I would highly doubt it's going to be anytime until late 2024. So picking up Craig Kimbrell, who is a possible, I would say he's borderline right now, Hall of Fame, that's a great pickup for them. And if he can be a veteran presence to the rest of that young bullpen, I think that, that could be a big help. But yeah, as Italy Jet says, which Kimbrell are you going to get to show up? Because, Kimbrell can be off and on in the playoffs. So.
Hey, that's a fair point.
Like
that's a fair point. Both. Yeah. Fair point by both you gentlemen. We seen the good of Craig Kimbrell, and we seen him give up the cheeks. We seen both versions. Hey, which one you gonna get? Which one you gonna get?
Not the cheeks.
Yeah, give up the cheeks. Last but not least, Phillies and Bryce Harper are in extension talks. Is this wise to extend Harper for a little bit of more time, or just get what you can out the last few years of contract or move on? Like, what do you think would be the best option to do with Bryce Harper right now?
He is a Philadelphia Philly now. He is a Philadelphia Philly for the rest of his life. I don't think there is any way you can't not resign him. He is the heart and soul of that team. When he chose them over the Nationals within the same NL East rivalry division, that was huge. He broke the hearts of many Nats fans. I know, I'm from DC, having many Nats friends that are still pissed at him till this day, still pissed at Soto. That goes into a lot deeper of the Nationals management and owner problems than anything. But, I think it's, that's something you really have no choice. You have to give him the money, let him be the heart and soul of your team. Hope you win, like you said, a championship, or two in the near future, in the next couple of years, to go, and hope you can create a little mini dynasty. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's because I do remember at that point in time, you were looking at Bryce Harper, Mike Trout being the names of Major League Baseball. And, you got to, just like Illy Jet said, you got to do whatever you can to get Harper back to stay. He reps Philly well and embraces it.
Yes, he does.
And you want players like that are, they integrate themselves with the city.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Not only, integrate with the fans, charity work, appearances, not afraid to be a part of the city and not just, hey, I play for the Phillies. I'm in Philadelphia. It's sometimes certain players kind of extend the I guess the characteristic of certain cities. Like they embodying it. Like they are literally the example of what that city. Yeah, they embody it. Hey, and Harper, he's embracing Philly. They're embracing him. Yeah, so it's like he fits it. He fits that city well. Speaking of Philly, as we transition this, let's great baseball talk, but let's flip this to some basketball. Speaking of Philly, Joel Embiid dropped a 50 burger tonight. I'm only bringing this up is because obviously him being the MVP last year, when you have performances like this, it helps build your MVP status. But for me, I'm bringing this up is because I'm seeing Joel Embiid drop 50 burgers constantly on a regular basis, year in and year out. And me as a Laker fan, it pisses me off. Not because Joel Embiid is doing it. It pisses me off is because dumbass Anthony Davis is not getting talked about on the same level as him. Is because he doesn't always perform at the same level of a Joel Embiid. It pisses me off, like Anthony Davis, His name should be up there with Joel Embiid, with Jokic. It should be. His name should be mentioned up there, but it doesn't because this son of a bitch is so damn inconsistent. It's like, it drives me crazy. But how impressive is you see Embiid dropping 50 burgers on like a normal basis like every year? It's just ridiculous, man.
I mean, if you want to talk about Giannis Antetokounmpo and you want to talk about the alien Wemby, and you want to talk about you know what? Give me Joel Embiid, a healthy Joel Embiid, dropping 50, leading the league in scoring for a third straight year as a center. What? Are you kidding? And let me let the fans into a quick fact here. What else is really great is that he is 10th in the league in assist percentage, and he is dishing out his highest rate of assists at 6.6 per game. So not only is he leading the league in scoring, but now he's dishing like a point guard. Are you kidding me? His box plus minus is 10.9. He's just killing the game right now. I mean, there's nothing else you can say. Not to mention the fact, I said it. Get rid of Harden, unlock Maxey, and unlock another level of Embiid, and that's exactly what has happened.
It looks like they gotten better addition by subtraction, if you ask me. But I'm gonna say this real quick because you bring up Joel Embiid's assist rate going up. Is it fair to say that it's kind of Nikola Jokic's and the Denver Nuggets' fault why you kind of seeing this from Joel Embiid? Because you see Jokic being the facilitator as well as the number one scoring option on the Denver Nuggets team, and won back-to-back MVPs. Make an argument he could have won 30 in a row last year, but they gave it to Embiid. I'm looking at what Jokic is doing, and you turn around and you see the assist numbers go up for Embiid this year. He's probably looking at what Jokic's been doing to win those 2 MVPs. Could have won it for third last year, and says, you know what? Hey, coach, you see what that big Serb is doing in Denver? I can do that too. Can we integrate that into the offense? I mean, just think about it. It kind of has to be in a little effect on him saying, hey, man, I can do that too. And if that's going to easily put you in the MVP race, as in making sure that, okay, I'm going to get the 25, average 25 points. That's nothing. I'm going to play the defense. That's nothing. Let me throw the assist in there. Make it so that people can't get voters' exhaustion on voting for you because, hey, I've maximized my assist numbers at a higher level than I ever had before. I think this is Joel Embiid saying that I'm about to take my game to another level and I'm about to walk away with another MVP. Is that fair to say?
Yeah, not only is it fair to say, I would say he is not only the front runner, but if he continues where he's going, he definitely will. A couple of reasons. A is the improvement in the game. Like you mentioned, when you get beat by someone else for an MVP and you take that personally and you say, I'm going to improve my game and get better, and you get substantially better like he has, yeah, no doubt about it. Now, that being said, you look at that counterpart, the Joker that you're talking about, who, is averaging almost a triple-double, right? 29 points, 15 rebounds, and 9.8 assists. He is 0.2 away from averaging a triple-double as a center. So while we're looking at Joel, I mean, Jokic was the innovator of that style, right? So we're going against the teacher against the student. You know what I mean? So where do you come down on that? I think I agree with you on one point that voter exhaustion, voter fatigue is a thing. They don't like handing them out 3 times in a row. Larry Bird did it, but only because, like you mentioned, he was one of those people that just steadily improved his game every year and just got so much better that they had no choice but to give it to him. And so I'm really excited to see how this plays out the rest of the season.
Yeah, it's going to make it. It's going to make it one of those deals where it's going to be hard to, for those voters on this MVP when it comes down to April. How the hell do you vote this? Let's stick in the NBA real quick. This NBA in-season tournament. I'll be honest, I was not a fan of it at first. And then all of a sudden, you kind of see the intensity of the games kind of go up. The players, and certain fans. When I saw the Indiana Pacers the other day, your fans were going crazy for that in-season tournament game. I mean, it seemed like it was a playoff atmosphere. And I'm like, what the hell is this? This is a tournament game. Like, what are we doing? It's November, December. They getting hyped for it. And man, I might have been wrong about it. I think that the NBA might be on to something. What are some of your thoughts on this NBA in-season tournament, man?
Yeah, it's funny you say that because I when I just mentioned that to you like 30 minutes before the show, I said, hey, maybe we should talk a little bit in-season tournament just because the semifinals are tomorrow. Because I felt the same way as you did when it started. I wasn't intrigued. I didn't care. Actually, I was opposite of most people. I didn't care about the basketball because I knew it was early season basketball that the championship teams should not be focused on. I was more happy about the courts. I was like, oh, like a little kid. Look at all the cool colors and designs. Look at the Pelicans looking like a cool Joker design. Like that was me. I was like, that's all I care about. But you know what? They proved me wrong. This was one of the best decisions next to the play-in that they have made to make basketball better. Because what was the complaints we had? Late season teams were tanking. Play-in solved that. Early season teams didn't want to play. Players didn't want to play hard because we already knew who was going to be in the playoffs anyways. What did this solve? Now players are coming out playing hard, which is a double-edged sword. It's a blessing and a curse. We're getting really great games, like you said. I'm a Celtics fan, so I hate your Lakers. So we're battling on all fronts here, my friend. I did not like how Tyrese Halliburton came in and dusted us with a triple-double and just put it on us with 26, 10, and 13 and sent us home. I was like, what? Y'all can't even win a semifinal game against a team that you just blew out by 45 2 weeks ago? But that is to show you that Tyrese Halliburton is a star in this league. If he can continue shooting, he's at 52% right now. If he can continue shooting 50%, he'll be the first player in NBA history to have 25 points, 10 assists, and shoot over 50% for the season.
Halliburton is playing on another damn level right now. He is hooping. I mean, it's ridiculous on what he's doing right now. Man, matter of fact, let's not even take our opinions on the in-season tournament. Let's hear what Adam Silver had to say as he sat down with Pat McAfee. Let's kind of listen to what he said.
Is a huge motion of support from one of your biggest stars in the league. Are you taking a victory lap with this thing? Because we saw the reaction whenever it was announced and you stood firm behind it. And how do you think it's panned out? And when are you giving yourself a parade for this thing, Adam?
Well, no victory lap yet. Let's wait till we get through Saturday. So we got, of course, Thursday semifinals and the ultimate cup game. And thanks for wearing that jersey on Saturday.
Thank you.
One thing that we knew from the beginning, it was so interesting to hear Kevin there, because when people ask me, how would you know if it was successful? Of course, you can look at attendance, you can look at ratings and social media chatter, and even the fact that we're talking about it now are all signs of success. But I said, it'll be measured in terms of the enthusiasm of the players. Will they take it seriously? Will they compete? Will they play, as opposed to load management in these regular season games? Will they care about winning? Will they care about going to Vegas? Will they care about the prize money? And it seems like Katie just checked off the whole list right there in terms of things, including the colorful courts that I know are a little bit controversial. But so I think from that standpoint, a great start. And in terms of our belief that this could be successful, again, you think 30% of the players in this league roughly are born outside the United States. Many of them grew up soccer fans around the world or competing in international basketball tournaments where there were often cups along the way. I mean, I had a kind of a conversation the other day with J.J. Redick, of course, a colleague on ESPN now, and even he and I were talking about when he was at Duke that they didn't call them cup competitions, but there was holiday tournaments and the Alaska shootout and things like that. And so, and LeBron, as LeBron said, I think it was last night too after the game, that these are the most competitive people in the world, and if you give them a format to compete and their prizes and it's structured in a way where they can do things like get to Vegas and get additional prize money, they're going to be all in. So I'm thrilled to see that. I'll only say in terms of the victory lap, a lot of learning from the first time around, a lot that people want to talk about. I'm sure we can improve on it, but we're off to a great start.
Yeah. Adam Silver said a lot there, but there's a couple of points that I want to point out that caught my ear. He said the players' enthusiasm in playing it. That's, to me, that was probably one of my biggest concerns, is because, hell, were they even going to care? We haven't seen the load management. We haven't seen, the cats taking the nights off and not wanting to be a part of it. I mean, everybody's pretty much been enthused to participate in it. That was the buy-in that I wanted to see. I wanted to see the players actually present, playing in it. He also brought up another point, as in when you see the influx of European players in the NBA, they're used to tournament style. And then he brought up the point where a lot of your players who play college ball, remember the Maui Invitational, some of the tournament invitations at the beginning of the season. So this really isn't something different. And the bottom point is competitiveness. These guys want to compete. And $500,000 incentive is never a bad thing anyway. They got expensive lives. So, but no, what did you take from hearing that clip from Adam Silver, man?
The best players do want to play. But also, let's be real honest with ourselves. If this wasn't a tournament, we'd still be talking about load management. We'd still be talking about how players weren't interested before the Christmas Day games, or even sometimes, March or April, if we really want to be honest about it. So while KD said some things, I don't believe that KD was totally forthright with everything that he said. I believe that he wanted to win because I believe he's a competitor. But do I think he really cares that much about winning this tournament? No, I don't really believe so. But it's also not KD that this is for. This is to, I should take that back. It is obviously to try to inspire participation, right? But this is more for the fans and to inspire the bench players, the younger players, right, that aren't getting paid $30 million a year, right? Giving them something, incentivizing them something to play for. Some of those people are only making $1 million, and that's half of their contract that they can win. So of course they're going to play harder. I think it's great for the league, especially again with all those European players coming in, like you said, that's what they're used to. But it's not what we're used to in America, and it's still going to have to take some getting used to. I don't care how much enthusiasm there has been for it so far. While I think it's good for the game, let's see how long that enthusiasm continues. I would hope to see the same enthusiasm within 4 to 5 years, but I don't know that it will be there.
Hey, you never know. It can fizzle out. It could thrive. I thought you brought up a great point about the, your lesser played players who are going to give that maximum effort in this in-season tournament to get that $500,000 incentives. I thought that's a great point because you look at it this way. If you are able to maximize their effort and get the best out of them, you might create another superstar. you might create another important piece to your team.
Yes.
You never know how something like a tournament with $500,000 on the line, and I'm making $500,000, and I can just double up my yearly salary, and hey, I can turn that into a max contract. I can turn that into something where I ain't worried about, getting my minutes because now they see what they got. Now they see that I'm willing to, take the charges. I'm willing to defend the best offensive guy. I'm willing to dive on the floor for a loose ball. I'm willing to facilitate. I'm willing to do any and everything to get my damn ass on the court, get my minutes, and show that I'm worth any type of money. I thought that's why they call him the Sports Professor. Ooh, baby. That's why they call him the Sports Professor, baby. Oh, man.
Great minds think alike. Great minds think alike.
That's a great point right there for sure.
Like iron sharpens iron. You're heating up those coals and trying to get some diamonds out of it. And a great point of this, and it's just because, again, I'm a Celtics fan and I watched the game and we drafted Aaron Nesmith. But this is a great point. Aaron Nesmith was out there defending Jason Tatum with the vigor of the best defender of Michael Jordan. He was out there defending, jumping for balls, alley-oops, and trying to get a starting position because he sees, okay, well, maybe this Pacer team is going to be a contender, and maybe I want to be the starting shooting guard on the contending Pacers team. So, yeah, I completely agree with you. Now, there is one downside to this, my friend, that we need to think about, and that is the point differential. They have to get rid of the point differential, because if you have my Celtics out here in a 40-point blowout in the fourth quarter, and Jason Tatum get a knee injury, Adam Silver, I'm coming up to New York. Me and you gonna have some words personally.
No, you bring up an excellent point. Because out of all the stuff that I have in information that I've gathered about this in-season tournament, that was the only thing that people really had issue with. It's a point differential. Like you said, what sense does it make for me to be out on the court and I have to win by a certain amount of points to advance? Now I'm logging unnecessary minutes. I'm taxing extra fatigue on my body for no necessarily reason. And like you said, damn if one of these guys get hurt for trying to get point differential,
and you're pissing off.
You're going to ruin somebody's chances at a Larry O'Brien trophy. Yes. I mean, you mess around, and Jason Tatum gets lost because of point differential. Kyrie Irving gets lost because of point differential. LeBron James gets lost because of point differential. Kevin Durant get lost because of point differential. You are killing the team's chances at a Larry O'Brien trophy. So now you trying to make something popping, but what you going to do in the long run is mess up your bottom dollar, because whatever views or whatever money you think you're gonna make at this in-season tournament, no, your big money is in June, into May, where the finals are played. That's where your big money's at. Don't jeopardize that for something in November. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying, Adam Silver. That's all I'm saying.
You bring up LeBron, which is a great point. Wasn't he supposed to have a minutes restriction? And now you got him in the semifinals of this stupid tournament trying to play 48 minutes a game?
Hey, Adam Silver. Hey, you need consultants. Cut the check. Cut the check. You need consultants. Just cut the check. That's all. Just cut the check. We got about 6 minutes left in this show.
Your boy is.
Let's do a quick look.
You mind real quick? I didn't mean to step on you. I apologize.
Yeah, go ahead.
You know your boy is solutions oriented. Adam Silver.
Nah,
maybe you think of a single elimination tournament. Maybe you think of a double elimination NCAA kind of baseball regional style tournament, right? Just get rid of the point differential. There are many other ways to go about this.
Bingo. There it is. That's why he's a sports professor, baby. Real quick, we're just going to tap into a couple of games that you see important for week 14. We actually got some better matchups this week for week 14. Thank goodness. It doesn't start well for Thursday. Thursday's matchup is going to be an absolute snooze fest. That's going to be absolutely dreadful. Between Pittsburgh and New England, that's going to be a pitiful matchup. I don't even know if I'm gonna watch it. I'll probably end up watching it just because I need something to talk about. But Jesus, that thing is gonna be so trash, bro.
Wow. That's bad.
So you got Bills. You got a lot of games that got some playoff implications on it. Bills, Chiefs, Colts, Bengals, Rams, Ravens, Seahawks, Niners, Eagles, Cowboys. What kind of game this week is sticking out in your mind that you think that a lot of people should probably pay attention to because it's a lot of importance on it? What comes to your mind real quick on that?
Well, I am not at all a self-centered person, Mar. I am all about other people. So I'm not going to say that this game is important because the sports professor will be in attendance. No. I'll say this game is important because Flowing Canteen and the Bottom Line Sports will be in attendance. Yes, sir. We will be in attendance at the Dallas-Philadelphia Eagles game. The Bottom Line Sports will be all together as a crew, having a delightful time. Oh, yeah, we're traveling out to Dallas. I'm taking my dad. I bought my dad tickets for Christmas in the end zone. We're going to meet Flowing Can. We got an Airbnb. We fly out Friday. We're going to have a hell of a time. That being said, I think that is the most important game on the.
That's gonna be dope.
Yeah. It's crazy too how it all worked out that they were both Cowboys fans and my dad's a Cowboys fan. Because if not, I wouldn't be going. But my dad's a Cowboys fan. I was like, we went a couple years ago for the Cowboys Raiders game. I loved it.
Of
so
course.
I was like, let's do it again. But anyways, so this game is important in a couple ways. As you mentioned last night, the Eagles need to bounce back from a crucial loss to the 49ers. The Cowboys have to win this game in terms of tiebreaker, divisional, purposes for the playoffs. I think the Eagles lose this game, my brother. I think they pull the San Francisco. I think they lose 3 in a row, and I think Dallas wins at home by probably 3. It'd probably be a close game, but I think Dallas is going to put the Eagles to a 3-game losing streak, my brother.
Oh man, let me mark this down. The sports professor at the 58 minute of episode 396 says the Eagles go on a 3-game losing streak. Okay, all right, I got it marked down. So, well, look, I say this. Your take isn't crazy. You actually there's legit logic to this take, because we can't forget that the Cowboys literally were inches away from beating the Eagles in Philly a couple of weeks ago. So that's something that we can't act like that's not possible. All right, the Cowboys play better at home. That's in their favor. They definitely play better at Arlington, so that's definitely in their favor. We saw how the Eagles been playing with fire all year, and they've been escaping with with only 2 losses. So when you put all that together, the take isn't crazy. And when you look at the possible Eagles going on a 3-game losing streak, that part of the take ain't crazy. Seattle's next week. Seattle is still going to be fighting for playoff position. They still are be fighting for a wild card. It'll be a bad time to go on a 3-game losing streak for Philly, but it's possible. It's very logical that they can really go on a 3-game losing streak. Now, I don't think it continues past that. I don't think it continues past Seattle. They'll figure it out. And this game with Dallas will be close. The game with Seattle will be close. So I'm not mad at the take. I'm really not. It's going to be very competitive. I mean, I'm glad they got that Sunday night. Woo, we're going to get a good game Sunday night. I'm happy about that. And look, I'm not going to be a homer. I don't mean to be, but I'm looking at the Chiefs Bills. Both of these teams need to win. I mean, the Chiefs don't like to go back-to-back losses, but the Bills, who are sitting there at 6-6, you really can't take a loss. If Bills take another loss, you're at 6-7. That leaves you with about 4 more games left in the season. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. A real quick thought on that Bills Chiefs game right there.
Yeah, I promise you, I am not doing this because I'm a Raiders fan and you're a Chiefs fan. But your Chiefs are struggling, man. Your Chiefs are struggling. They slipped to 22.9 points per game, 11th in the league. They've scored fewer than 20 points in 6 games this season. That's only happened 6 times since Mahomes' first 5 seasons as a starter. So they've done it as much in 1 year as they did in his first 5 years as a starter. Something's going on in Kansas City, and the inconsistency is just it's got to be maddening for y'all because it's maddening for me. The other inconsistency is my damn Super Bowl pick, the Buffalo Bills, who are even more maddeningly inconsistent than the Kansas City Chiefs, because Josh Allen can't get out of his own way. He has the arm of Dan Marino and the decision making of Patrick Rivers. Phillip Rivers. I said Patrick Rivers. Thinking Mahomes. Phillip Rivers. But as you mentioned, I know I said Patrick. Don't ever put. I'm sorry. I was sorry to put Rivers on your man like that. I'm sorry. I think the Bills coming out of a bye. I think the Bills coming out of a bye. They need this win. I think they go in and get the win. I think they go in and they beat the Chiefs.
Yeah. And trust me, you're not offending me at all. Looking at what the Chiefs been doing has been very, very. And then I know a lot of people like, oh, your team's 8-4. You Super Bowl champs. You guys been in the AFC Championship game the last 5 years. Well, when you look at our history, especially my history, the time I've been alive on this earth, I haven't had the opportunity to be on this side of the coin with the Chiefs. All right. And now that I am on this side of the coin with the Chiefs, there's a certain level of expectations that they have set for us now as Chiefs fans. And when they're not meeting it, it rattles the cage. It rattles the cage. I mean, I'm just going to be honest. It does. But I mean, it's and the crazy thing, what really irks me with the Chiefs is something that's very fixable, because it's literally fundamental shit that they're really inconsistent on, which is causing them to be whatever the hell they are on offense. It's literally fundamental shit. Catching the football. They keep adding on to that number. Last time I just checked, I think it's 32 drops leading the league. False starts, holding penalties, not lining up properly, running the wrong route. Like literally, there was a couple of routes against Green Bay. Dudes are running to the safety instead of running to the open field. So you see things like that. You see problems that are so minute that are continue to happen in week 13 that should have been corrected after week 1. And you're like, all right, now we got fundamental problems. So that's why you're like, ugh, it's disgusting. But it is what it is. I'm just glad that we got some good games for week 14. When you really look up and down this docket, there's some games that have some playoff potential seedings on them, and whether your team could go up and down on that playoff, in or out. So this might be, in my opinion, I think it might be the most competitive NFL week besides week 18, where you have a lot of division games closing out the season. So I think you're gonna see a lot of competitive games this week. Even your Raiders and Vikings, there's some implications on that game. Raiders are trying to fight to get back in wild card position. The Vikings.
The Raiders. The Raiders.
Hey, y'all fighting for something too, man. It's competitive. It's going to be a competitive week, brother. So
we're gonna win. By the way, did you see that? Because I heard your rant on the Trevor Lawrence with the no cart.
I think so too.
And he came out and he said, "Oh, I refuse the cart." I was like, nah, get your ass on the cart, sit down before I break your other leg. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Like, what the hell are you doing refusing the cart? Sit down, bro. Like, what are you talking about? Are you trying to prove to us that you're a tough guy? Hey, we don't care. We want you on the field, bro. I'm not even a Jaguars fan, but the NFL product is better with you on the field. Like, come on, what are we doing? Like, I don't know, man. Hey, man. Two nights. Hey, it was so nice we had to do it twice. My man O joined me late night. But, man, drop them socials for the people so they can come see you, man.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much again for having me on. It is the Sports Professor. You can find me at Ball and Buds, BALLANDBUDS. Go ahead and subscribe to our YouTube channel. And as well, you can catch me on the Bottom Line Sports. That's at the Bottom Line Sports with my man's Flo Canteen, Hot Take Jake. And y'all, this weekend is Dallas week. We're going to the Cowboys-Eagles game. You will catch a special live Bottom Line Sports. We're going to do it live in Dallas, maybe from the power plant, maybe from the stadium. We ain't sure yet, but be on the lookout. Join the Facebook group at the Bottom Line Sports. See us there this weekend. My man, Mark, thank you so much for having me this week, brother. It was an honor. It was a pleasure. I had the most amazing time, and obviously I won't be able to be on for the next week or so, but I do hope again to be on soon, my friend.
Come on. Hey, my brother, the door is always open to you. You already know what you got to do to get up on here, man. It was a pleasure, was all mine. I'll always enjoy talking sports with the Sports Professor. And y'all heard him. Please go to all his socials, Ball and Buzz Sports and Entertainment, Bottom Line Sports. Go show those fellas over there at Bottom Line Sports some love. Great group of fellas. Love their content. Hey, you also know where to find us. I.O.W Sports Network, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. Hit that bell notification. Let you know when we drop new content. Spread the word on everybody's content. I.O.W Sports Network, Ball and Buzz Sports Entertainment, Bottom Line Sports. Spread the love. Spread the word. Hey, support is free. I'm telling you, it's free. That's all you got to do. Holla at me, KC Wildcard Mar, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. We all there. We everywhere. Hey, I'm done for the week. Check us out Thursday. We got our Thursday afternoon show. I'll be back with the Late Night Owl show next Monday. Until then, hey, y'all going to enjoy y'all weekend. Enjoy a fantastic week of sports. And we're going to talk about it all. Holla at y'all. Peace and love.
Yeah. Come on. Silent Hill TV, yes. Hitchhikers.
Yeah, smoking so much dope, I'm seeing traces. Visual lasers, load across the scene is dangerous, aggressive like behavior. Couple monsters for my neighbors, resisting human nature, persistently getting greater. Bloodshed, let the terminator. Fire up the green, I need it, increase the dopamine. Feel better, so I kill better. Doped up of cocaine, roaming like I never had a home, so I'm all alone. Smoking bones down the chromosome till the filter's gone. Suffocating under heavy pressure, the signature marks are the cornerstone of a nigga that's ready to spark. Like the pathway through the treacherous, wonderful dark, searching for a lost spark. Curators of a lost art, desperately holding shit together until it falls apart. Blood stuck to pool in the water, just waiting on the sharks. Love is the deadliest game, but I'll just massacre your heart, tearing at your body, wondering how did we start.
Fuck man, I think a nigga about to spaz out, cause I don't give a fuck no more when I'm down to my last night. Then I ran out of luck, feeling look down, about to pass out. Speeding down the highway in this challenge, afraid to God I won't crash out. Dump the ash out, give it all up on the cash out. Make every second count, I just wanna see that ass bounce. Bitch, what you talking about? Drop dead, delete the part of nigga, watch your damn mouth. You don't wanna get me started.
Go, pedal to the metal, hit the floor. Flying through the city, and that's about to float. Grab the main, grab a shit, get close. You already know how this can go. I'm about to